Hey, everybody. I trust that you have all woken up grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. And I trust that you were all able to set that high vibe for yourself by telling yourself all of those amazing things that you needed to hear. Like you're strong, you're smart, you're beautiful, you are capable, and you're going to flow. Feeling your love over worry and flowing from that state like water over rocks with ease and great force. At least effort. Yeah, because that's how we're sourced every day. Yes, very much so. Why am I out here tonight? Well, because I teach at 10 o'clock, but I have some time for you all. And the boss said, okay, Tobi, you got to go out there and give them all an energy self-audit tonight. Yes. So I don't have much time. I'm going to move fast, but this is a live that you're going to want to have a paper and pen with, because I'm going to ask you some life-changing questions where you're going to audit your own energy and where you put it. Because every day you wake up with, let's say, an abundant amount of energy. And wherever you put your energy in a day, you're buying something from somebody. What do I mean? Wow. By you paying attention to me, you are buying my energy back from me. That's why I have to bring you value and truth and life-changing wisdom. You see? Because when you get up in the morning, where do you pay your energy first? What is the first thing that you feel in the morning when you wake up? Do you feel urgency? Do you get up quick and on the go? Do you feel joyful that you're alive to be that you're joyful to be alive? Or do you feel neutral to life? Answer that for yourself. How do you start your day? And then from there, where do you pay your energy first? Do you pay it into you, thanking your body for all its capacities and for giving you even the joy of the experience of the day ahead and how it can move freely and abundantly and it can create all of your heart's desires? When you get up in the morning and you go to the bathroom, do you thank your body for eliminating, or have you gotten so used to it doing that for you that you're no longer thankful for your own capacities of elimination? Do you honor your vessel? Do you give your energy to you first before you plug it into the world? Or do you plug and play right away as soon as you wake up? What do I mean? Well, you get up in the same patterns and in the same routine, doing the same thing over and over and over again. And you're not fully awake until you've had your coffee, and you're miserable until you have. And you're complaining about pain or not feeling right in your skin. These are things you got to look at because it says a lot. But I've printed some questions so that I could do this quickly with y'all because I don't have much time. So I'm going to drop some questions for you guys right now, and you're going to really be able to analyze your life real quick. Energy self-audit tonight. And for the next couple of days, I am going to continuously come out here and give you guys all kinds of learning every single time I'm live, because I don't have much time out here and my account is restricted on Facebook right now. And when I asked why, it's because I was going to expose some very heavy duty people. So they blocked me. Hey, Gee, happy to see you out here. Love you, bro. All right. So I'm going to ask you some questions. And why do a self-audit? Well, because pretending doesn't create peace. No, it doesn't. Because numbness isn't love. Because your soul is done tolerating survival mode. That's why. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. So the frequency feeling test. When you wake up in the morning, what's your first feeling? Do you wake up with dread for your day, neutrality, or joy? How do you wake up feeling? What does that say about your current emotional home? Because this is your first home, is in your vessel. Okay? Agreed. Hey, Andy. Gratitude. Love it. Love it. I love you. That's awesome. Okay. Now, another serious question is your inner voice. Your inner self-talk. Why does that matter so much? Because there's nobody on the planet that you speak to more than yourself. Okay? So, when it comes to your inner voice, Andy says, hi, I love you. Yes, I love you too. And I'm doing this just quick before class, you know? Yes. All right. So let's do a truth check on your inner voice. If your thoughts were broadcast 24/7, would your inner child feel safe? What tone do you use when you speak to yourself in failure? Are you a critic or a comforter? Take a look at that. So let's do truth check number 3, your standards. Do your boundaries match your worth? Because you're priceless. Your energy is priceless. And you're paying your energy into anything that's paying you back any currency monetarily. So you are taking your energy and putting it into whatever it is you're doing to get finances back. So you're selling your energy. Yes. And this is why I say, what are you buying from people? You go to work, you're actually buying your paycheck. Yeah. You want to have a conversation with somebody? You're buying their energy exchange. Let's get it simple and down to facts. And he says, yes. Okay. So your standards, do your boundaries match your worth? Or where are you allowing almost love? That's a good question, eh? Who still gets access to the healed you when they only knew the broken version of you? And that's why I always say, those who don't know me now, they don't know me at all, because they know a version of me that is no longer existent today. You see? So we all have many versions of ourselves, but are you healed, or are you sitting as a broken version of yourself? And if you are healed, do all the people that knew you as a broken self have access to you? Because that's how they see you, eh? They don't see you for the healed you. They only see you for that version of you that exists in their mind. Yep, very much so. All right, so truth check number 4, time as a reflection. Okay, and on that note, you see, because I don't have much time out here with you guys tonight. I teach tonight at 10. So let me just bring my charger cord a little closer because I don't want my laptop to be bone dry to teach tonight. So let me plug it in. And you know what? I'm really glad because I put it away. Okay, never mind. So let's get into truth check number 4. Time is a reflection. So how much time do you give others versus your dreams? So how much time do you spend fulfilling everybody else's needs and wants and wishes instead of taking all that energy and putting it into your dreams? What percentage of your week are you aligned with joy? Or do you feel joy at all? If time is love, where are you abandoning yourself? So, where in your day do you fit you into that? With the boundary that that's your time? Or do you fill your day with everybody else but you? Because you cannot sit still with your own self in your own energy. That'll say a lot, you know. And why does that happen? I'm going to show you guys a visual. I'm being told to show you a visual. So I'm going to show you a visual right now up on the screen. You're going to see on one side, there's the yellow bright glow. Well, that's my biofield, the yellow. Well, the other side is when your flow is not flowing and you get stagnant in fear, shame, blame, guilt, and denial. This is what it looks like. So it looks murky, and you're going to see because, yes. You see the difference? Well, my biofield is like that yellow glow. If you're not flowing properly and you're blocked up by emotional baggage, which is like rocks in your river, well, then your flow of energy becomes stagnant, like the other side, murky, not flow. If you see on the other side where the yellow glow is, you see the red, the yellow, the green, the blues, the gold around it. That's a full healed biofield. But the other one, if you notice, there's no red, there's no rooting, there's no willpower, there's no yellow. Okay? There's no green, like vibrancy green. No. There's nothing inside that to solidify. Okay? So energy fields are really, you can know the difference in energy fields. It's equal energy now between my hubby and kids and myself. I make time for me every day, morning and every night. I also show gratitude for my bodily functions multiple times a day. Good. The yellow is my biofield too. Okay, good. Now let me get into this. All right. So, truth check number 5, embodiment. Do your habits honor your higher self, your highest self? So let me ask all the entrepreneurs out there and all of you that are out there representing yourselves out there in the world. Do you operate as a president, CEO? Do you operate in a flow state of truth and integrity and alignment? Do you operate? Doesn't matter what you have. Like, I live in government housing that is contaminated, that is, anyway, But I know that I'm the president and CEO of me and my energy. And there's nothing before that. You see? And all of what I do. But can you say the same for you? What governs you other than you? Do you walk around as the president and CEO of your life, owning your power, or does everybody else own your ass? You got to look at that. Okay? Are you leading a life you'd be proud to have your child copy? That's a hard hitter. Because us parents, we do, we say to our kids, do as I say and not as I do. But are you the role model for your child, or are you depending on everybody else to be the role models for them? Because that's a real question too. Where are you still self-sabotaging in disguise? These are real questions that I ask you. Why? Because it'll assist you to know where you are and where you stand in your own life. Are you standing up as the highest version of you? Are you able to flow from that no matter what? Why do I ask you all this? Because it's very important that you do that self-audit. Because that's where it starts. Stop watching what everybody else is doing. Start watching how you're feeling. Start watching where you're giving your time, energy, space, and love. Are you getting that back? Or is it just give? But who is doing for you at the end of the day? Are you doing for you at the end of the day? These are the things, the hard-hitting questions you got to ask yourself to make the biggest changes. Take a look at it. Write it down. Piece of paper and a pen. You know what? I encourage you all. Take a piece of paper and a pen. You write down the 5 things that I love the most in this world. I write them down. And tomorrow night I'll talk about that. And then write down all the things that I love about myself and all the things that I hate about myself. Yeah. Because you shouldn't hate anything about yourself. And you know what? I encourage you all to do that. Write down the top 5 things that you love the most in this world. Now, let's do truth check number 6. Resistance equals revealer. Okay? So, what do you most avoid doing, feeling, and saying? Yeah, because you should flow freely, capable of doing all things in creativity and ready to do it all. It doesn't matter. It's all lessons and learning. That's all we do is evolve our soul in this plane of existence anyway. Yeah, that's it. Everything that you come in to think that you're running to acquire, guess what? You're only acquiring soul level up. That's all, because you can't take shit with you but wisdom. That's it. And that's, you know what? Your learning is lost unless it's applied and transmuted into something else. If your learning's not used, it stays as lingo. It's never applied. It doesn't change your life if you're just repeating it and not feeling it and doing it. Because a lot of people have a lot of great lingo and a lot of great systems and strategies, but they don't even apply it in their own life. You can see it because themselves, they're burnt out. They're all over the place. Like, I don't know if people have clones out here of themselves, but I don't know how the fuck they show up everywhere that they do. and still have time for themselves? I don't know. That's your portal. That's your shadow, and that's your key. Everything that you resist. Yeah. Truth check number 7. Legacy of love. If you died today, what would your self-love story say? Yeah. Did you flood this world with the love that you are? Or did you ration it based on what you were taught to believe you deserved? Because I'll tell you, I was taught that I didn't deserve anything in this world and that nothing was owed to me in this lifetime. And that if I wanted anything, even a breath or a bite of food, that it was to be worked for. Okay? That's how it felt. And that there were places where kids like me would get locked up. Good riddance. Okay? That's the shit that I was told. It's like, what the fuck? You know, I grew up most of my life questioning, why did my parents even have me? Like, weren't there abortions back then? Literally. Because they hated me so fucking much. My whole family did. They treated me that way too. So, you know, I grew up hating myself, going, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with me. But there sure as fuck is something wrong with all these people. I did the work on me. Cleared myself of that crap. Anyway, time is always running, and I got class to teach tonight. So, honestly, you got to do a self-audit. Big time. And you know, did I skip a page here? Okay, look. Pick one of those questions that I asked you today. Here's an integration challenge for you guys. I challenge you guys to take any one of those questions that I asked you tonight that shook you the most and write about it for 15 minutes tonight. Set the timer. Don't think about it. Just go into a calm space. Put in within yourself. Put your pen to the paper and allow your body to speak to you. Let it write anything it wants to say for 15 minutes. And then go back and read it. Yeah. And then take one aligned, courageous action based on what came up. Very much so. So, if this shook you, good. But really, I want y'all to think about something. You see, why have I gone into hypervigilant mode? It's as simple as this. Because if I ever was not to wake up in this reality, well, I have definitely left my mark in this reality for all. I'm living my legacy right now. I don't have to die for that. And what is my legacy? My legacy is fulfilling prophecy on this planet. Yeah. And flooding source love so vibrantly into this world that it resuscitated Mother Earth and willed heaven onto this planet. and 22 books and clothing. And it's funny because y'all think that the clothing line and the idea for it and stuff just came out now. But I'll tell you something. When I did the Empowering You to Flow that 3 weeks book, I spoke to my friend about creating a F.L.O.W clothing line. Yes, very much so. And it never happened. But when I threw it out there with Andy, it happened. Yeah. Very much so. And I'm very grateful for that. Very much so. And it is a global movement. Yeah. And where can you get all that stuff? TobiStaples.com. Anyway, I love y'all. I'm going to teach a class. But I had to come out here and just share some love with y'all. Very much so. Yes. Guys, you got to love yourself right. It's not a joke now. You got to stay in unconditional love. We've all been taught to love ourselves conditionally. Why? Because we were loved under condition. Yes, we were. All of us. We were. On the condition that we behaved. On the condition that we complied. On the condition that we pleased everybody around us. That's not love. That's survival. That's neglecting you and smothering your truest heart's desires to please everybody else. Now's not the time to be doing that. To chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself. To chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself. I love you all. Have a great night. Peace.